Hello everyone, it's your boy Ding Dong here, and welcome to my second Pokemon Fire Red solo run. Last time I used Bulbasaur, this time it will be Charmander, arguably the most popular starter ever. The Bulbasaur run was easy enough with only a few minor challenges. Let's see if this run will be easier or harder. I'll be using the same rules as last run, only Charmander will be allowed, it will never be allowed to evolve, items in battle will not be allowed, and HM slaves will be allowed. With that established, let's jump in and start the run. The first thing I do is I go straight to Cerebi.com to take a look at Charmander, see if I can find out any useful strategies I can use for the rest of the run. Base stat wise, Charmander is not as bulky as Bulbasaur, but it does have slightly more physical attack and significantly more speed, while having slightly less special attack. That being said, Charmander does have good attacking options for both sides of the attacking spectrum. It has physical moves such as Iron Tail for rock types, Mega Kick which is even stronger than Return, while learning strong fire moves such as Fire Blast, even Sunny Day to boost it in addition to its Blaze ability to make it even stronger. Or you can even give it Dragon Claw to deal with dragon types. It even gets spicy moves such as Seismic Toss, which is strong in a solo run as it will always deal 100 damage at max level, regardless of Intimidate or any stat changes. Double Team is also a useful option if you're feeling lucky and you want to abuse some hacks. A nature that boosts Charmander's special attack will be useful, as Fire Blast is by far its strongest move. It will outspeed everything at level 90 or so and above, so you don't have to worry about speed nature and IVs and EVs. Its physical attack EVs can be useful in some cases, such as water types where you want to use Mega Kick, where Fire Blast isn't as useful. Like with last run, I kept resetting the game until I got a Charmander with good IVs and natures. Eventually I settled on a Naughty nature to boost its physical attack at the cost of special defense. Since it also seemed to have good IVs, I thought I might as well choose this one. In hindsight, a special attack boosting nature would have been better, but in the end it didn't matter too much. So now we have our starter chosen, let's have our first battle against our rival. Green Squirtle put up a fight but wasn't too hard to deal with. With a few scratches it goes down, so now we will grind to prepare for the rematch. After some grinding, my Charmander is now level 13 and has Metal Claw, which I will need for Brock, and you can occasionally get some attack boost with it if you're feeling lucky. So now I'm confident enough to take out Green again, and it was easy enough. Both his Pokemon go down, not too much trouble, and we proceed straight to Brock's gym. We do a little bit of grinding in Viridian Forest to prepare for the imminent Rock type threat. The trainers in Viridian Forest gives a much needed XP, which we will need for the first gym battle. They post absolutely no challenge as they're all bug types, so after that Charmander goes straight to Brock's gym. I clear out Brock's gym, but oh boy did I luck out in that battle. Metal Claw does only 50% to Geodude, and I get hit with a critical rock type move. The real challenge is Onix, who has a huge defense stat. Seriously, this battle is some of the craziest hacks in my favour I've ever seen. And it was on my first attempt, so I didn't even lose. Metal Claw does around only 30% to his Onix, which is not a lot for a super effective move. However, I do get an attack boost on my first Metal Claw, and his Onix misses 2 Rock Tombs in a row, where one would have definitely finished me off. Damn. That was a miraculous victory. Seriously, I should not have been able to win that on my first try, but oh well, I'm not complaining. I'll just carry on to the next gym, which will arguably be even harder. So I pass through Mount Moon, get the Helix Fossil. Yeah, who remembers that Lord Helix joke from years ago? Neither do I. Anyway, we get to Cerulean City, where I find the move tutor for Mega Kick, which I learn straight away, as it deals a whopping 120 base power early game, though it can miss. It's 20% stronger than Return and a whopping 3 times stronger than Scratch, so definitely pick it up. Mega Punch sucks however. Now we have some serious physical attack power, especially with our attack boosting nature. I still don't feel confident going to the water gym yet, so instead I go to Bill's house to gain a few levels first. But first, we face off against Survival again. The first attempt Pidgeotto spams Sand Attack, not this hacks again. One Mega Kick does land and leaves it with literally 1 HP. After missing repeatedly, his Rattata does finish me off with a Quick Attack, which is quite unfortunate. Next time, I'm not so unlucky, I take out his Pidgeotto without missing. Then I finish off the rest of his team, though I do get close to losing. After that, I make it to Bill's house and learn Flamethrower, which is Charmander's strongest move yet. It deals a whopping 95 base power with a stab boost, so it'll be Charmander's strongest move. With this newfound power, I'll go to Misty's gym. Misty's Staryu wasn't a problem, one Mega Kick to the face knocks it out. 2 Mega Kicks are needed for Starmie, who knocks me out with 1 critical hit Water Pulse, which is really annoying. But on my second try, it doesn't get a critical hit, so I do take 1 hit, then I can finish off with a Flamethrower, so I don't have to risk missing. With arguably the hardest gym for Charmander out of the way, I proceed to the SSN as Charmander mercilessly wrecks everyone in this path, including Green, who doesn't put up a fight at all. Even Wartortle goes down in 2 fire moves, damn. Hell, even Lieutenant Surge's Raichu goes down in only 1 Flamethrower. It's definitely packing more power than Bulbasaur did at this point. Also, don't expect this run to get harder anytime soon. After Rock Tunnel, Green wants revenge for getting pwned so badly, only to get his cheeks roasted by my level 45 Charmander. Erica also, unsurprisingly, as she uses grass types. The battle's barely even worth showing. Hell, even Boss Giovanni goes down with no challenge. You know Charmander's silly when even his resisted Onix and Rhyhorns go down in 1 Flamethrower. Yes, Charmander's so strong now, he's completely transcended type resistances. However, in an attempt to actually make things more challenging, I decide to go to Sylph Tower straight away, even though most people only go after Koga's gym. I still destroy all the rocket grunts inside. I was expecting Green surely this time to give me a challenge, and he almost did. His Blastoise goes down in 2 Mega Kicks, but it can only use Water Gun, which is really weird. It doesn't hurt me very much, then I finish off the rest of his team easily enough. It's really weird how Blastoise is level 40 and it still only uses Water Gun. If it had Surf, it would be a completely different story. Surprisingly enough, I actually do lose to Giovanni once, after getting my speed lowered by Rhyhorn, who can actually survive a single hit. Kangaskhan does deal some damage, while Nidoqueen finishes me off with a critical body slam. There was some hacks involved. Next time, I don't get critted and I roast his team. With that done, I now proceed to face Sabrina. I'll beat Koga afterwards, just because. I battle Sabrina and what do you know, her entire team goes down in 1 hit. And I'm only level 62, where in my last run at this point Bulbasaur was level 69. The power. Before going to Cinnabar Island, I finish off Koga without taking a single point of damage. Man, talk about being over leveled. But it's pretty cool how this game is not as linear as the other games. You can go to some higher level areas earlier than you're supposed to, which is quite nice. Next, we go to the penultimate gym at Cinnabar Island to get a 7th gym badge, after clearing out the Pokemansion. Another easy gym, and funnily enough, even his Arcanine goes down in 2 Flamethrowers. After this battle, I get access to TM Fire Blast, which is significantly stronger than Flamethrower, which I will use later as I don't need Smoke Screen like at all now. I also picked up a Charcoal to boost my fire moves even more. Lastly, we pull up on Giovanni one more time and take the final gym badge without so much as a scratch, then we chase him out of his gym. Now it's time for the Pokemon League, but before that, Green pulls up on us for a rematch. This time he actually does pull up a fight. I learned TM Fire Blast and Sunny Day to buff my fire moves even more while nerfing water moves, and I gave Charmander some leftovers, which is good for solo runs in general. On my first attempt, I miss his Blastoise with Mega Kick and get knocked out by a Water Gun, which is still really weird, like you'd think it would have Surf at that level, but oh well. On my next try, I miss again with Mega Kick after Sun boosted Fire Blast is over half health, and I get hit by a Rain boosted Water Gun. That gets a critical hit. For God's sake with his hacks. But on my third attempt, I don't miss and I sweep his team. Now it's time for the Elite Four, but before that I do some last minute grinding and find all 13 rare candies in this game. Now it's time for the Elite Four, but before that I do some last minute grinding and find all 13 rare candies in the game to pump our boy to level 96. Now we're ready to beat the Elite Four. First up is Lorelei, and you would think that Lorelei would be hard as she runs water types, but no. Sunny Day makes it so water types really don't deal that much damage to Charmander. I get a 2-hit KO on Dugong, then 1-hit KO the rest of her team. Even Slowbro and even Lapras surprisingly go down in 1 sun boosted Fire Blast. With Charmander, the power is maximum. Next up is the second member, Bruno, who uses fighting types, and this battle's super straightforward. Sunny Day then roasts his team into the dirt. even Onyx doesn't stand a chance. Next, third member Agatha tries to stop me from taking the Pokemon title, but she gets the boot. To be honest, Golbat did scare me a bit after confusing me, but I snapped out straight away, then one hit KO the rest of her team. Next, the last member, Lance, does however beat me once with his dragon types. His Gyarados uses Scary Face to slow me down so the rest of his team can outspeed me, then Dragonite hits me for a large amount. Luckily I burned his Aerodactyl, but it didn't matter in the end. I lost anyway. My next attempt, I beat Gyarados and Aerodactyl without getting Scary Faced, then proceed to 2-hit KO Dragonite and win this battle. At last it's time for the final battle and for us to claim our rightful championship belt. Now we're level 97, but our rival put up one last fight before losing in the end. In the first battle, his Blastoise got a critical hit again. Ugh, enough with these critical hit hacks. In the next and final attempt, there was no more hacks in my opponent's favour, and I beat his team without too much difficulty. Apart from his Blastoise, not much threats me. Even Rhydon goes down in one boosted Fire Blast, so GG I guess. Now Charmander can finally claim his championship belt and proclaim his dominance over all of Kanto. He really put in a lot of work this run and had some crazy firepower. Overall, this was significantly easier than my Bulbasaur run. Joining me next time for my last Kanto starter run, Squirtle. Will this be even easier than my Charmander run? Find out very shortly, as this run is almost finished and will be uploaded very soon. And last of all, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video or any of my other videos. I make these videos primarily for you guys and will continue to post more runs as regularly as I can. You can like, comment and subscribe to motivate me to do even more stuff. Also, after my Squirtle run, I'll need to get more footage of different runs. I was thinking of maybe doing something like a Rattata, or even something really obscure like a Goldeen or a Paris, Pokemon that not a lot of people know too much about and are quite obscure. Or I could just do more starter runs from other generations. Let me know in the comment sections and feel free to leave any suggestions, I'll most certainly read them. I'll continue to make these kind of runs. After all, we have hundreds of Pokemon that would be viable for a solo run, spread across 7 generations. I guess 8 coming up now, so there's no shortage on content for you guys. Anyway, your boy Ding Dong signing out. Till next time.